Style Files. Hi, and welcome back to DCTV. I'm the host, DC. Before I start, I would just like to acknowledge that I'm hosting this on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. You might be tuning in from other parts of Australia. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands where you may be joining me today. I pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. So welcome back to DCTV. I'm DC, a fashion blogger, host of the DC Style Files, and I host DCTV.
Woo! Woo!
Oh.
Woo!
So DCTV is every Monday night from 9 o'clock. I solve fashion dilemmas on DCTV and talk about fashion, and we have different segments and sometimes special guests. This is the house band, 8 Yorks. Hi 8 Yorks, how are you?
I'm good. I'm on a school holiday.
School holidays? Yep. What? Relaxing?
Yeah. And lots of time in parks.
Parks?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Walking in this cold weather. Pretty good.
It's been very cold. I like your stripe combination tonight.
Ah, thank you. I wanted to match with my mask.
Ah, so you started with a mask and then you matched the rest of your outfit.
Yeah, my life revolves around my mask.
It's a great mask.
Thank you.
So yeah, nice to have 8 Yorks in the studio again with some musical treats. And 8 Yorks is sometimes, I think, playing the theme tune of DC Style Files, which is a Formaldehydes track. And we have also, in the team still, we have Morpho. Morpho, you might remember, asked a fashion dilemma in episode 2. And now we've kept Morpho on as a bit of a stagehand. I don't know exactly what Morpho does, but I know that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work to get everything set up as it is. And this is Morpho a bit earlier today.
Woo!
So Morpho seamlessly gets everything set up without being seen before every DCTV. And also, you might have seen we have a studio audience tonight, live here at the DC Style Files HQ. I'm just going to go to them. Hi everyone. You've got a couple of DC fans in the audience, I see. DC is cool. And let's not forget Kenneth. Kenneth is also quite lovable. Thanks everyone for joining. I love the signs. I love the glasses. Well, we'll probably have a chat a bit later with the studio audience. Okay. So thanks everyone for tuning in to DCTV. So last week I introduced a new segment. I'm going to go to that now, called Fash Fave. Let's go to Fash Fave.
Fash Fave! Fash Fave!
So Fash Fave is a segment where I present a viewer's favourite item of fashion that they've sent in to me. So basically they're Fash Fave. And this week, this week I've been sent a Fash Fave from Nick, who sent me their Fash Fave is an Aldi ski jacket. Oops. So that's Nick, and they sent me the Aldi ski jacket. So Nick said, it seemed like an unnecessary purchase by some at the time, but now not so. Brisbane winters can be quite cold, especially when you keep the windows open at night so you can vape. Full of hidden pockets, one of them has a swatch of material to clean your glasses or goggles with. So that's the, I think that's the piece of material that cleans the glasses or goggles. Nick sent a photo of it. And what else have we got? And that's that looks like a part of the sleeve of the jacket. And so Nick said, I'd go to the local shops in them, but unfortunately the jacket is too cool for office wear. Maybe DC Style Files can revolutionise workwear standards so that ski jackets are acceptable in Brisbane. Well, that would be great, Nick, if you could wear your ski jacket in the office. I don't see why not, and I'll do what I can to help the cause. And yeah, so that looks like the sleeve of the ski jacket. Looks like it's got some sort of inner gloves. So keep the cold air out. And it looks like a nice warm jacket. And I know that Brisbane winters can be quite cold. And I think this is actually quite a good item because I actually also have, let's have a look. I also have a ski jacket from Aldi. So it's a bit of a coincidence. And I wore mine to in the snow in Iceland. And it was really good at keeping me warm in such cold circumstances. But I know that in Brisbane, with the houses, they're really drafty and it can be very cold in winter, so a ski jacket is a good option. And Nick also says, an added bonus, you feel like Kenny from South Park, although maybe that's not a good thing. So this is Kenny from South Park. I don't think it's such a bad thing. I mean, I like Kenny's fashion. It's nice, bright colour, and I can see the similarity where Kenny and you, when you're wearing your ski jacket, you only have a little bit of face exposed to the cold. But I don't see that it's a bad thing. I think Kenny is well known for their fashion, and that's not a bad thing. But I think maybe Nick thinks it's a bad thing because Kenny always gets killed. But then I think Kenny also comes back to life every episode too, so that's a good thing.
Fash Fave! Fash Fave!
So thanks, Nick, for sending your Fash Fave. I'd love to see your favourite item of fashion. If you have a favourite item of fashion that you would like to send me, a Fash Fave, send it to my email address or send it to me on Instagram. The details are down below, and I will feature it on the show in an upcoming episode. Okay, so that's Fash Fave. Now, if you want to make a comment or if you want to ask me a question or pose me a fashion dilemma, I'll be going into the chat room a bit later. So this is the chat room. I can see that there's already a few comments. I won't read them now. I'll come back a bit later and read the comments in the chat room. But the way you get there is if you have a YouTube account, you can log in and watch the show on YouTube, and then you can make comments in the live chat room. So thanks for joining so far, Bad Teeth 69, Jacking Jack, and Michele and Peter. I'll come back and read your messages in a bit, a little bit later. Okay, so I might just go to an ad now, and I'll be back soon. DC has arrived. Welcome everybody to DCTV. Thank you for joining live. He's rolling in the A-listers. He'll do any interview. What have you found out about the world of fashion this week?
Stay tuned for Kenneth's Corner.
And it's all happening live on YouTube. Let's make some clothes. DCTV starring DC. Monday nights at 9 PM live on the DC Style Files YouTube channel. Welcome back. So I've had a fashion dilemma sent to me by Disaster Girl TV. This is Disaster Girl TV, and she said to me, I started roller skating and am scared to hurt my tailbone or hips falling. The padded shorts are pretty horrendous, or are supposed to be worn under clothes. I need all-in-one shorts that have sexy armor on hips and butt, visible on the outside. So thanks for getting in touch with me, Disaster Girl TV. There's some footage that they have sent me of them roller skating. And I can see, like, yeah, you want to protect your hips and your tailbone, but you want to also look stylish. I also like to rollerblade. I don't roller skate, but I rollerblade. And let's see if I just find this video. Yeah, so you might remember me rollerblading in previous episodes. This is some video from a little while back of me rollerblading. And these are the shorts that I like to rollerblade in. They're made of lycra, like a shiny silver lycra. And I got them out again thinking about the question. I also had these Barbie knee pads and elbow pads. And I found them on Curbside Collection, and I'd been hanging onto them for a while. They're pretty good, nice and solid, and I thought maybe they would be good to help with this fashion solution. First of all, I took off the Velcro, took off the Barbie strips. I don't need that for this. I'll just give those to Kenneth, maybe he'll like them. And then I sewed them onto the shorts. So there's me sewing them onto the hips, and also onto the buttocks. So just in all those places where you might fall. And that adds a bit of protection. It's nice and hard. And I did a few tests in the studio as well, just to see how effective they were. And it really, it worked really well, I think.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Thank you everyone. Yeah, so that's a fashion solution for you, Disaster Girl TV. I did take them out. I did take these shorts out onto the street and did some rollerblading, but I'm going to come back to that later. I'll show that in a bit because I wanted to add some more items to my rollerblading outfit. Okay, so I also got a question sent to me by Squiggly Mop. Squiggly Mop said, "Hey DC, My friends and I are avid bike riders, and now it's coming up to magpie season. We were wondering how we can ward off the magpies while still staying stylish. Thanks heaps, heart, your fave fans. Thanks for getting in touch, Squiggly Mop. And I know that that's a problem, getting swooped by magpies. I'm actually a bird lover. I really like all sorts of birds, and I have done a few bird-related fashion dilemmas in the past. For example, I made this swan costume for Murray, which featured in a film clip. Or actually, I made a couple of swan costumes. And I made this duck hat as well. That was when Russia asked a question about what sort of hat would help her to when she approaches ducks. So yeah, I'm a bird lover, but I do understand that sometimes magpies are really aggressive when they're protecting their babies, and that they tend to make a target of cyclists. So I thought I might have a chat to Kenneth and see if he has any advice. Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, DC.
Have you had much animal experience, Kenneth, or have you had any experience of animal attacks?
I have a lot of experience working with animals, having been a wildlife vet and a farmer. As a small person, I have to be careful around animals that are much bigger than me. For example, dogs and cats are often attracted to me and may even want to bite me. When I know I'm going to be in the presence of pets, I usually try to wear clothes that can help me camouflage into the background. For example, this cat always plays on a crocheted rug, so I wear crocheted clothes to blend in. And this dog was wearing a knitted pink jumper, so I wore my knitted pink toga, hiding in plain sight.
Wow, thanks for sharing your experience, Kenneth.
Woo!
Oh,
Woo!
you've got a lot of fans, Kenneth.
Woo!
Oh, you've some really serious fans there. Kenneth, so I also have a question about magpie swooping and warding off the magpie swoops. Have you got any advice for me?
You are a lot bigger than me, DC, and magpies are smaller than you. Adjust for size, and you might come up with a solution that uses camouflage, protection, or deterrence.
And that's good advice. Thanks, Kenneth.
Not a problem, DC.
Well, there we go, Kenneth's Corner this week. Always a very popular person on DCTV, Kenneth. Always very popular with the home audience and the live studio audience. So I have a bike. In getting back to the question from Squiggly Mob, I have a bike, but and I do ride it. But I decided I would just add to my rollerblade outfit, because whether you're riding a bike or whether you're rollerblading, you're still a target for magpies. So it's the same principles. So I thought I would just add something to the look I had already started with the rollerblading outfit. Let's go to... So I happen to have these bird spikes in the studio. I found them on Curbside Collection, and I took them because I thought they might be stylish. And I also have this bird scare tape, just something I happen to have lying around. You might remember I used it in a previous episode where I made a way of deterring people from looking at your upper arms for linden. And you can see how it works. It sort of shines in the sun and is a little bit painful to look at. This is the vest that I like to wear when I'm cycling or when I'm rollerblading. And so I started by adding some of the bird spikes onto the vest. And then I added the bird spikes onto my helmet as well.
Woo!
And I added some bird scare tape too. That's all hanging down off the helmet. And this is, so these bird spikes are normally used, they're put on buildings to deter birds from landing. You just saw there, I made some little streamers to attach to my wrists. And this is my outfit to deter magpies or deter birds outside. And then so I gave them a go, going for a little bit of a rollerblade, just to see if any birds were tempted to land on me. And went pretty well so far, no bird attacks. No, I know that magpies only attack in certain seasons, but even still. Then the sun came out a bit, so you can see a little bit of shine there off the bird scare tape. It seems to be doing its job. And then if you look carefully, you'll see that I did actually manage to scare off a few birds.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Thank you.
Woo!
Thanks everyone, thank you. That's another fashion solution. Thanks everyone.
Woo! Woo!
So yeah, another fashion solution. So I hope that helps, Squiggly Mop. So that's what I would suggest that you wear when you're riding your bike. Something like that deters the birds or the magpies. And you might notice that I also had on my my rollerblading shorts, and they worked really well. They were protecting my hips and my buttocks, and I did a couple of falls while I was skating around. Yeah, I fell over a couple of times by accident, but my hips and my tailbone are totally fine now. It didn't hurt. So that's 2 fashion solutions done. I hope you're happy with that, Squiggly Mop and Disaster Girl TV.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Have my heart, Kenneth.
Woo!
Thank you, studio audience. Okay, so what are we up to now? So if you might have a fashion dilemma. If so, get in touch with me, and I'll do what I can to help you out. I'm just going to go to a short ad now. Hi, I'm DC from the DC Style Files fashion blog. DC Style Files DCTV is your chance to ask me a fashion dilemma and watch as I get to work solving it. Do you have a fashion dilemma? Here's how to ask one. Number 1, you can watch me live on DCTV, and if you have a YouTube account, you can chat to me via the chat function and tell me your fashion dilemma. Number 2, get in contact with me on social media like my Instagram account or through my website. I'm looking forward to receiving your fashion dilemmas. Welcome back. Yeah, so if you have a fashion dilemma, get in touch with me on social media or send me a message in the chat room, and I'll see what I can do. I'll present the solution on a future episode. So I might go into the chat room now. I just need to find my chat room screen. So thanks everyone for joining the chat. So Bad Teeth 69, great moves, Morphin Ranger. Thanks for joining Bad Teeth 69. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Maybe Morpho, I think. Yeah, they were really great moves. Morpho is a pretty talented staff member here at the DC Star Files. Jumping Jack, yes, we have been noticing Morpho dancing around your studio. So Jumping Jack live in the house opposite to the DC Star Files HQ. I can see their lights are on at the moment, but I don't know if I can see Jumping Jack. If so, I will go to camera 2. I can't see them right now, but apparently they've noticed Morpho hard at work. Just going to grab camera 2 and let's see. I think they might have a sign or something. I'm just going to go a little bit closer to the street.
Woo! What do they do?
Okay, so I'm back. Thanks for joining from across the road, Jumping Jack. What a beautiful I Heart DC sign, I think. It's very exciting to have a live studio audience across the road and being able to look out across the window, into the window. Thanks for joining and thanks for the sign. I've lost studio. I've lost camera 2, I think. So I've lost camera 2. All right, let's go back to the chat room and Michele, warning Nick, those suits are flammable or inflammable. So Michele says, be careful of your ski jacket, Nick. Possibly they are flammable or inflammable. They could catch a light. Zen City Live. Oh no, Peter. Can I just say that I'm a huge fan of the Fash Fave jingle? Thanks, Peter. Yeah, it does. It is a pretty fun jingle. Mark says best fashion solution yet. Thanks for joining, Mark. Glad you liked the fashion solution. And Zen City Live, well done on the Fash Fave, Nick. Your phone case also blended well with the colour of jacket. I thought so too. The phone case was quite a good choice, blending in with the jacket. Bad 269, those shorts are amazing. Thank you. And Mike also, I think, liked the shorts. Do they need to be Barbie brand knee pads or will other types work too? Mike says. I think so, Mike. No, I think that they don't need to be Barbie brand. They could be any brand would work. Zen City Live, Kenneth, too good. Thanks, Zen City Live. Kenneth will be pleased to hear about that. Jamie, Hetty Dog loves Kenneth. She enjoyed the interaction between Kenneth and the dog. Michele, Hey Kenneth, you better check your car. There's a parking officer writing a fine outside the studio. I'll pass that on to Kenneth. His car doesn't take up much room. It would be a bit, but I'll pass that on. Thanks, McKelly. Mike, those birds looked really scared, DC. Great fashion solution. Yes, they really flew off in a hurry. I think they didn't want to be anywhere around those spikes. Jacking Jack, any chance of some rollerblading lessons, DC? Sure. Yes, that's totally. I can do that. We can go rollerblading sometime. Great work, Jumping Jacks, is NCT Live. Bad Teeth 69, I love live TV. Popovich, look out Maggie's. Styling on those rollerblades too, DC. So Popovich the cat is happy to see the magpies flying away. Cesar, amazing look, I love that vest. Jamie, live TV at its finest. Thanks Cesar for your comment. Thanks Jamie for your comment too. Michele, hey DC, I suffer from hanger management because the clothes in my wardrobe always fall on the floor. Michele, yeah, that's an interesting dilemma about hanging your clothes in the wardrobe. It's not, it is fashion related and an interesting question. I'll have a think about it and maybe I can come up with something for next week's show. Thank you for posing the dilemma. Oh, I've lost camera 2, so if the studio audience want to come around on this side, they're welcome to. Just sit behind me. Up to them though. And now I'm just going to go to Viewer of the Week. Viewer of the Week this week is Carl. So congratulations, Carl. So the reason Carl is Viewer of the Week is that Carl was a bit of an inspiration for me a couple of years back, and I did an episode on Carl's fashion, just a bit of a documentation of their a fashion project that they were doing at the time. Carl was wearing overalls and decided to only wear overalls. Carl wore blue overalls Monday to Friday and tan overalls on the weekend. And never the two shall meet or mix, except here they are mixing or meeting. So I found it a bit of an inspiration because I like to do fashion experiments here at the DC Style Files HQ, and I was impressed by the way Carl was pushing the boundaries of fashion, and maybe even I might like to have a uniform one day. I just haven't found the right uniform yet. I have got this uniform, but I usually just wear it when I'm on the TV. So I haven't quite found a uniform that works all the time. And that's the reason that Carl is Viewer of the Week. So congratulations, Carl.
Woo! Woo! Yeah. Woo!
And so Carl will be getting a signed photo of DC. So I might try to, I don't have camera 2, so I'm just going to write this in the air, but maybe I'll move down here. And I'll say, Dear Carl, and maybe I'll say, stay stylish. And then I'll sign it with the DC heart and the sunglasses. So well done, Carl, on being Viewer of the Week. There's your signed photograph. So that'll be getting sent in the post pretty quickly.
Woo!
And I'm just going to go back to the chat room. Just see if any more comments. Michele and Mike has said, I just used my floor drobe. So Mike puts his clothes on the floor, Michele. So that's his solution. But I'll see if I can come up with another solution to give you a couple of options for next week's show. And then, so that's the end of the show for tonight. Thanks everyone for joining in. Thanks to Jumping Jack for your beautiful poster, your banner. Thanks to the studio audience for your exciting banners.
Woo!
Thanks, 8 Yorks, and thank you to the associate producer and executive producer.
Woo!
Stay stylish. See you next week on DCTV, 9 o'clock, Monday. The DC Style File.